This is an exam question about limiting factors on photosynthesis. We've got a graph here where we've got temperature along the bottom and volume of oxygen released up the side. And the temperature goes from 10 to 50 degrees C. Volume of oxygen from between 0 and 4 millimeters cubed per hour. We've got two different lines, and there's a key here. Line 1, the non-dotted line, is under high light intensity, and line 2, the dotted line, is under low light intensity. The question says, with reference to figure 2.2, describe the results obtained for two different light intensities. So we've got to talk about the high light intensity and look at the results for low light intensity. So let's look at high light intensity first of all. So we can see starting at 10 degrees up to 30 degrees, as light intensity increases, the volume of oxygen released increases. So we can say that as light intensity increases, volume of oxygen produced increases. And it peaks at 4 and at 30 degrees. So it peaks at 4 millimeters cubed per hour at 30 degrees C. Whenever you're given a graph or a table with data in it, always quote some numbers. So we've quoted some numbers. We can look at Q10. So Q10 is what happens to the rate for every 10 degrees increase in temperature. So between 10 and 20, the rate increases from 1 to 2, so it doubles. And then 20 to 30, the rate goes from 2 to 4. So again, the rate's doubling. So Q10, so that what's happening to the rate every 10 degrees C is doubling. So Q10 is 2. And that's between 10 degrees C to 30 degrees C. After 30 degrees C, so between 30, 40, 50, the volume of oxygen released is decreasing. So below 30 degrees C, volume of oxygen produced decreases. Okay, so that's explained what's happening for high light intensity, and we'd need 2 of those 4 marking points. Low light intensity is this dotted line, and we can see here between 10 and 30 degrees C, there is no change. So no increase at all with temperature. And in fact, 30 degrees and below, the volume of oxygen produced is actually decreasing. So below 30 degrees C, volume of oxygen is decreasing. Again, we need to quote some numbers. So for no increase in temperature, we could say it remains at 0.4. always includes your units, so millimeters cubed per hour. And below 30 degrees C, it's dropping from 0.4 to 0.2. So 0.4 to 0.2 millimeters cubed per hour minus 1. So I've made sure that I'm using for each question about the graph that I'm stating data.